speaking of leadership, but in a different vein. We are many, many years into our fourth republic and over 6 decades of independence. And we still have this conversation about women in leadership and what that means and why it still seems like such a Herculean task to achieve in this part of the world. We are still at a point where we don't even have a female governor elected in this country at this point. And it makes you wonder, you know, what's the perception? Why is that still the case? And what's the way out of this? I'm joined now by someone who definitely knows a thing or two about women in leadership. She's a great speaker, a motivator, and author. Join me as I welcome Pastor Adeyemi. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you for having me, Ebuka.
I mean, I start off with that. I know politics might not necessarily be what we're talking about here today, but I feel like it speaks to what we're going to be talking about here today. And, you know, what does that say about the people, the nation, if at all, or is it a political thing that has made it almost impossible for women to crack this leadership thing in politics?
Thank you. I mean, it's a discussion that we must continue to have. There are qualified women. I think the issue is oftentimes the pipeline, the system, the opportunities, the methods of picking, choosing, pushing forward, or even allowing or enabling women who are qualified to be in positions of power.
Yeah. What do you think people get wrong? And I always wonder, is that term even helpful sometimes, women in leadership? You know, there are people who say, leave it open, anybody should get it. There are people that say, okay, but we have to create the space. You know, what are we getting wrong? What are the people and the women, all of us as a whole?
I mean, we should have fairness. I think that's one of the things we might be getting wrong. The issue of bias, perception, thinking that women won't do a good job. Thinking that women maybe sometimes could be a drag. Thinking that for those who've worked with women, you know, at some point in time or the other, they've seen the advantages. But sometimes some have seen a situation where, okay, a woman has to take time off, her kids and all that. It's not that she's not qualified, but if she doesn't have help, support at home, again, that slows her down. So that's for women who are married. If her partner, you know, her husband, is not willing to take off some responsibility when she has to really be in the trenches of work for a season, that could throw her back, draw her back, and cost her, and cost all of us. Because sometimes they'll be like, is there no a woman that's supposed to be there, but what did she do? But they don't know the back end, the support that is needed sometimes. And we try not to give excuses, honestly, but there are a lot going on with us. Biologically, time of the month, all those back-end things that people don't know. We slap on our makeup and we put up a brave face and we move on. So I think there are opportunities and fairness should be considered. And less of insecurities on the part of the men. Okay, don't quote me and drag me like, oh, Nikki Adeyemi said men are insecure. But hey, we have to talk about these things. You know, when a nation allows its women to thrive and fit into places in leadership, the nation will be the better for it, honestly. Because you give a woman something, she incubates it, she brings it to you even better. Also, we've looked at, I won't say the bad eggs. There have been situations where maybe 1 or 2 women have not done well when given the opportunity. But we don't need to look at that. Because sometimes they give women a window, like in politics. And then you see a situation of, okay, there was some corruption, money-wise, and
they use that
they use it and make noise. You know, see, we gave them a little space.
And they ruined everything.
And they ruined everything. And sometimes, too, was that our best? I don't know.
Do you worry, though, because you mentioned culture there, and it's a big part of, you know, at least in this part of the world, where there's a lot of people who believe where women belong. You know, you mentioned, you know, the time of the month. You know, there are things that are biological that people will always argue, well, unfortunately, we can't employ her or give her this position because we can't deal with all of the emotions, quote unquote, that come with that. And even, not even just Nigeria, globally.
Yes.
There's a bit of a shift globally to the right, you know. There's, you know, the manosphere, like they call them, all these male podcasters. There's almost a drive now to say, let's go back, whatever back means for people, to what the world was, where men took charge and women, you know. Are you worried about where the direction is going?
Yes, I am. Because I really think that we should all be open-minded. You know, I'm a pastor as well, so from the place of faith, the word says he created male and female. It was not said they created male and then half female. Male and female to complement, to synergize, not only in a marriage situation or family situation, but in the boardroom. The voices, you know, difference is good. We need to be more welcoming of each other. Women should not bash men. Men should not bash women. I think maybe men generally, some men might think that it's leaning too much because you have a few, you see a few strong, powerful women, okay? And then men sometimes think, they've taken over. We have not taken over. The voices that are strong, and they could be strong, but we are still few. You know, so I think I want a world where we're more open-minded. Gifts have been put in all of us. Today, even men are allowing their girl child to grow and to be exposed. But are they really thinking that, what kind of world is she going to come into? So right from now, men should make room because, hey, you might have all girls.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's it. So it is what it is. I think we really need to continue to have this discussion and be more accommodating of one another.
Yeah.
Women love men. They love for them to lead. But they don't want to, when there's opportunity for them, women to lead as well, they want to be given the opportunity. Yeah. You know, and you know, this day and age, you hear a lot of talk about, the baby girl life, from maybe the younger generation. They want that soft life. They want men to lead, as it were. But it doesn't mean that we should be relegated at the same time.
I mean, most people, I mean, Nigerians know you. You've done very well. And I think one of those spaces where we're seeing women do well is a place of faith, like you mentioned, especially with Christianity. A lot of women lead congregations, lead service. In the financial sector, to an extent, we have a couple of bank MDs now. In the past, it seemed so distant, but it's almost looking normal now. You say, okay, she's appointed, great. You know, she earned it. Nobody thinks she was given. You know, you see these spaces, what sort of lessons, or how are they getting it right, maybe, and what lessons should the rest of, you know, the world
learn how are we getting it right?
Places?
Women in finances and banking and all that. I think the owners of the banks, too, have come to realize, especially in the area of money.
Yeah, and they bring value.
You bring it to a woman, they bring value. Women normally, I would say this, normally don't steal. I'm not saying everyone, you know, but a woman will want to help you nurture and multiply, also be paid, but protect. She's protective because she's thinking of the next generation. She's not thinking how to chop now and there'll be nothing, because she's thinking her child could take over, could somewhere along the line. So women are conscious of that. They just want to be allowed to show what they can do. And they're passionate, they're emotional, they're motherly and nurturing. So you give a woman a bank to run, or she's earned it, she's risen through the ranks. The bank owners who are usually men, will be like, why am I stressing myself? Carry go. And so when MD so-and-so, or bank owner so-and-so, sees that this bank is thriving in the hands of a woman, he may think, okay, the next opportunity, I won't let my lady or woman be skipped over. Yeah. What was happening before are those skipping over. Just let it evolve. Okay?
As it should.
As it should. And so the more of that, it now becomes a norm. But you see, talking about finances, not only banking. Finances, when it comes to women, let's not go there.
I think a lot of people agree with you.
Entrepreneurs.
Yes.
They are, I don't want to blow my trumpet. The number of things I do that don't even make it to the forefront. I'm passionate about real estate. As an architect, I'm an architect with the masters up to masters training. I practice a bit, but we do a lot of things that we don't even show or brand. So I probably brand around pastor, NGO, run an NGO, an orphanage for girls on the streets and all that. But behind, there's this acumen. We sell. So when you talk about small businesses, we're selling where without even calling it anything. So we bring a lot of value to the Nigerian system.
Yeah, and I think people see that in the informal sector, women thrive in the marketplace, and even in social media now. More than half the businesses you see, whether it's selling hair or interior decor, I mean, that it goes without
because we
saying.
don't have shame when it comes to something.
We're talking about all the things you do. You are the convener of Get Up Global, I believe?
Yes.
What does that do? What do you want to achieve with that?
It's a movement empowering. First, it started by empowering young people, but we've moved it on. And Get Up Global started this year because we started with Real Man Foundation that turned 25 years last year. The story was I found girls on the street, prostitutes, and started reaching out to them, created a shelter, just because I was not minding my business. I was only 28, 29, and I was not minding my business. I thought, these are someone's, daughter, niece. Why are you selling your bodies? I didn't come from a judgmental place, but from a curious place 25 years ago. Fast forward, I would invite them to church, they wouldn't come. So I started having conferences, seminars, restaurants, what I call non-threatening environments. And that wasn't a thing then. And then we'll have Q&A, let people talk, we'll chat. And we did that. Done that in Nigeria, done that in other countries of the world. But this year, when we had the Real Woman Conference at the Marriott Hotel, Ikeja, Lagos, the theme, I themed it, powered by the Real Man Foundation, which is a separate organization from our church, Taster. This is an NGO that I founded years ago. This is me, born out of compassion and excellence, now systemized. So one of the things we do are conferences. So this February 1, I called the theme Get Up. And I didn't want to use the word arise. I didn't want to Christianize, arise and shine for your light has come. So I just thought another name for arise is Get Up. Dide, if you understand Yoruba, get up. And so I called the theme Get Up. We had that. It was full to overflowing.
Wow.
It was same thing with the last year one. It was just women from all over, not just women from our church, but women from all over. Even women of other faith as well come. About 2 days after that conference, still trying to get over, relax, and then I just had this intuitively, have girls edition. I just thought, girls edition. We have okay, that makes sense. 2 or 3 weeks after, exactly, we had a girls edition. So we called it Get Up Girls. And they quickly opened the Instagram page at Get Up Girls. Though that was taken to Get Up Global. Just to have maybe a subsidiary of the Real Woman. Honestly, I thought that would be it. As we began to talk about Get Up Girls, I went to the teens church in our church, and we posted on social media. Before we even held Get Up Girls, parents were already saying, you can't do for girls and not. What about the boys?
Exactly.
What about the teen boys? You're the very person that will say, if we train the girls, we don't train boys. I said, I'm not called to, but they say you are called to children. Both of them.
All of them.
All of them. When I went to the teens church and they said, girls, come out, so the boys were looking like this, like something had happened. And one of the boys asked a question. What of us? Well, so I just promised them blindly, okay, somewhere along the line we'll have Get Up Boys. 3 weeks after Get Up Girls, then we had Get Up Boys. After Get Up Boys, the parents said we too.
Get up everybody.
So everybody was like, okay, we even did a poll on my Instagram page. We did a poll, which one should be next? Get Up Couples, Get Up Parents, or Get Up. Some people were even saying Get Up Men, and all that. So we then did Get Up Parents. But what I do is that I speak, and then I have someone, like for Get Up Boys, I had Fela Dote, who's like a cousin to me, Aburo, where, childhood, whatever, right from. And so I said, Fela, come and be on the panel session with me, answering their questions together, and that was a blast.
Awesome.
So I would always have someone, maybe we'll have you one day. Just, it's all about the youth. So first, the IG page was Get Up Global, empowering girls.
You've had to now tweak
Then
that.
we now tweaked it again, empowering young people, because now boys and girls. Now it's empowering everybody. So it's just an empowering movement by Adeyemi, because I'm open. August 2nd, I mean, this is not for the Nigerian space, but there are Nigerians in diaspora. I'm having Get Up Canada.
Oh, nice.
And it's going to be held in Ottawa, the capital of Canada. Everybody goes to Toronto, but there's someone there that was saying, look, come and have this here. I've followed you, a Nigerian as well, woman who is also into that space, motivating women. So she's planning it, and the flyers are up. And
awesome.
I'm looking forward
when
to that. So everybody must get up.
Do you have one coming up here soon?
Not yet. Okay. Someone is still saying, well, I said, well, for the first 6 months of this year, I held like 7 conferences back to back to back. So it's just about empowering people, women and young people.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I guess it's a testament to what you're talking about. When you do something well,
help everyone.
People gravitate to it. If it wasn't being done well, I'm sure people would not be showing up or asking for that. So it's a testament to what you're saying.
Kudos to a great team as well that helped me. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Just very quickly now before we go, what's the one thing you wanna, if you could change, whether it's policy or culture, what's the one thing you would change if you could about how women in leadership are perceived?
One thing I would like to change is fairness.
Okay.
Fairness. Just be fair. Just be open. Just be more compassionate towards us, and give us room to rise and thrive. Of course, if we don't do well, whatever punishment or penalty is given to any man can be given, when people are penalized, they're allowed a second chance anyway. So, fairness.
All right. Thank you very much. You've been listening to Pastor Adeyemi. You can follow her on social media. She's everywhere. And she continues to do great work. And it's you're a brilliant speaker.
Thank you.
Everybody loves watching you and hearing you
and
speak.
Thanks for all you do as well.
Thank you very much. Thanks for being here.